Hey everyone, welcome to Micro Adventures. I am Ellie, this is Josiah. We are outdoors in Mexico. The sun is shining. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great workout. Let's get things going. What we have on deck for you is going to be a full body workout, and we're gonna use some weights. So if you have several sets of weights, just have them nearby. I would definitely suggest some medium to heavy dumbbells for this workout. And we are gonna get things rolling on one white spring or one black if you don't have the white spring. We are gonna start with the hand weights right away, so I'd suggest a medium weight, and we're gonna begin in a super crunch setup. So have a seat on your back platform, heels hook into the back edge of the carriage rail, and grab a set of weights. And I want you to start with those weights close to the chest. I want you to lengthen up through the spine, wrap your abs in and around you, and then hinge back till you feel a little bit of a catch in the abs. From here, we're gonna hold the body steady. We're gonna go close grip chest press. So we're gonna send those arms up, probably towards where the wall and the ceiling would meet in your space. And then keeping the weights close together, elbows bend back. So we're sending it up and out away from us, bending back in. Awesome. Now, as you continue to do this move, what's gonna happen is we're gonna wanna start to round or sink through the lower back. So I want you to continually be really vigilant about lengthening through the crown of your head and down through your tailbone. You can squeeze your glutes below you here to help take any tension out of the hip flexors. The lower part of the abdomen is working to hold the carriage steady. The upper part of the abdomen is working in this hinged back position. You've got 25 seconds to go here. So stay in it. If you feel like you need a little reset through the hips or the lower back, right, you can go ahead and just come up out like a little more upright and then lean back into it again. We're gonna go 10 seconds. We're staying here for our next exercise. In 4, we'll send the weights out and hold. In 3, 2, send the arms out, hold. Now we're gonna go single arm row. So you're gonna drive your right elbow back, reach up, left elbow back, reach up. Now this is gonna challenge through the waistline. So try not to twist through the waistline at all, right? Stay really elongated through both sides of the waist. And we're just driving that elbow back and reaching up. So this is gonna get a lot of shoulder for you, a lot of core. And this is also starting to really turn on the sides of the waistline. And that's where we're headed next. We're gonna hit some mermaid crunches, some little reach and pull like action using just one dumbbell and using some space on the floor beside your micro. So we're gonna do our mermaid work today off of our machine entirely. You've got just 15 more seconds in this move. Recommit to it, tighten up through the core, knit your ribs together. We're gonna come to kneeling beside our machine. And Josiah, you can kneel on this side. I'll kneel up front so we can kind of give you a demo. In 4, keep one weight. In 3, 2, and 1. So keep one weight for me, Josiah. We'll come to kneeling. You're gonna extend your right leg out to the right, left hand behind the head. The weight is in your right arm. From here, we're gonna stretch up and over. So right arm stretches up and long, and then we're gonna drive the right elbow towards the right hip. So big reach up and over, and then squeeze right oblique to come back through center. Good. Now, if the weight is too much, you can always ditch the weight, right? But we want maybe just like a light dumbbell so you're getting that reach over and that big squeeze, the engagement through your waistline. Energize that right leg. So really push down into the outer edge of the right foot. Think about length through the left side body. Awesome. And you want to feel this working the whole time, just like you would if you were doing like a traditional mermaid crunch on the large version of this machine. We're gonna go 15 seconds, and then we're just gonna switch out to the other side. Let's go 10 more seconds here. We'll set up for side 2 in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So right knee down, extend the left leg out long, square your hips and shoulders forward. Left hand has the weight, left arm reaches up and over, and then squeeze, drive left elbow towards the left hip. You're kind of finding like a goalpost position each time. Excellent. And then how slow can you go in this move? How much control can you find through your core? And something I want you to be mindful of, if you've got a mirror, which I highly suggest being able to work with a mirror so you can see your body and space and your form, you want to imagine that you are between 2 plates of glass, right? So we're not rounding forward, we're not leaning back, we're not tipping open our hip, but we're really staying in between these 2 imaginary planes of glass, one in front of you, one behind you. Awesome. We are gonna use our weights next up near the front end of the machine. So that's where you're gonna wanna set them down. You've got 10 seconds left in this left side mermaid. We are going dancing bear. Hands to your front platform, toes to your carriage in 3, 2, 1. Weights next to the front platform, both hands to your front platform, toes to the carriage. We're going dancing bear. So we're gonna find a plank. You'll drive both knees towards one shoulder, squeezing through the waistline. You'll lengthen out through center, and then you'll just dance those knees over to the other side. So you're getting this big side body crunch through your waistline every single time. Okay, energy down through the heels of your hands, so you're slightly puffing up the space between your shoulder blades. And I like to really squeeze my inner thighs together on this one, helping to accentuate that wringing out sensation through our waist. Good, you've got 20 seconds to go here. Up next are gonna be hamstring curls with a skull crusher. So we're gonna pick up our weights. Feet will start on the floor in front of the front platform, head, neck, and shoulders on your carriage. 10 seconds left here. Keep wringing out through the waistline. Finish out this dancing bear, friends. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So have a seat at the front edge of your front platform. Lower back so your head, neck, and shoulders rest on your carriage. And then we'll pick up a set of weights. Good. So once you've got your weights in hand, just extend your arms straight up in the air, palms face in. Heels are gonna press down into the floor, and you wanna get a little energetic squeeze of the inner thighs. Nice, Josiah. Hips are gonna lift. Now from here, we're gonna extend out through the legs, and we're gonna find that skull crusher on the way out. So the weights are coming down beside your temples, and then we're extending the arms up to straight as we come back to our bridge. So it's a hamstring curl with a skull crusher, right? The skull crushers work backs of the arms, so our triceps. You'll notice Josiah's elbows are staying stacked right over his shoulders, right? He's bending at the elbow joint, the hands come down beside the temples, and then extending the arms up to straight, squeezing the back line of his arm, right? You're also getting core working here to help support your lower back in this position. You're getting a ton of heat in the back sides of your hamstrings. And let's talk about the leg setup, right? So you're welcome to keep your feet on the floor. If you prefer, you can try walking your feet up to your front platform. That'll give you a little bit more spring support, a little bit different angle to hit the hamstrings. And remember, if this is a little too much on the one white spring, we just go to one black. Good, in 4, we're gonna hold our bridge. In 3, to find your bridge hold, let's go ahead and bend the elbows to 90 degrees and just give me little pulses, like an inch or 2 up and down, squeezing the back line of your arm. Keep driving your heels into the floor. Light squeeze of the inner thighs, strong through the core. Here's 4, 3, 2, send the arms up all the way to straight. Now from here, can you extend out through the legs just like an inch, just a little bit, so you feel a little squeeze in the hamstrings? Let's go glute bridges. We're gonna lower the hips down, drive through the heels, lift up. Now if you wanna layer back in that skull crusher, you can bend the elbows as you drive the hips up. This is where we're gonna finish out in our little hamstring curl setup. On deck, we are going front lunge, right side, with a row to a tricep kickback. So let's go 8, 7, 6, stand it up, front lunge in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So lower down, carefully stand it up. Good, grab your weights along the way. We're gonna keep our right foot in front of the front platform. Our left toes will tuck to the carriage. We're gonna lower down into our front lunge, so big hinge forward from the hips. Once you get down there, pause. You're gonna go ahead and row the elbows back, tricep kick back, bend at the elbows, arms extend down. Now drive through the right heel, slowly lift up. So weights are gonna stay just hanging at your sides the whole way down into this lunge, right? So slowly lowering down into our front lunge. We pause at the bottom. We're gonna find a big row, tricep kick back, bend at the elbows, arms lengthen, then slowly and with control, lifting up here. Good, keep going here. So this is front lunge, right foot forward. It's a row to a tricep kick back. Beautiful. Now I want you getting a good pause in this front lunge. In fact, this is the only specific right leg exercise. We've got some double leg work, but this lunge is super important. So slow it down as much as you can, right? Get some good work for the back. We're working the lats and the triceps here, right? Back of the body, back of the arms. Check in with your right knee. It's gonna stay aligned over your heel the entire time. So watch as you lift out of this lunge that your knee isn't pushing forward towards your toes. In 4, we're gonna stay in the lunge. In 3, 2, bring it down, hold. I want a big hinge forward. We're just gonna do that row to kick back motion. So row it back, kick back, bend, extend. Awesome job, Josiah. Keep it going right here. You've got 15 seconds. We're gonna finish out with some carriage kicks, weights to heart center. In 4, 3, 2, bring those weights to the chest. Back knee is gonna slide in, back leg's gonna kick out. Sit your right glute down and back. Stay here, 15 seconds. We are going 1 red spring. You've got standing outer thighs with a tricep kickback. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change those springs. So we're going 1 red spring. Any foot you want on the front platform, 1 foot on the carriage. We're gonna go standing outer thighs. So straight legs, feet inside the straps if you're using them. You're gonna send the carriage out with a tricep kickback and then resist the carriage in. Maybe you're getting a little bit of a hammer curl on the way in. Awesome. Beautiful job. So really important as we do this one, core is on, right? We're tipping forward at our hip creases. So that means from the crown of the head through the tailbone, right? We're hinging at our hips, and that just really targets the outer sides of your glutes, right? And then focus in, seal down the outer edges of your feet here. So really strong position through the body. Good. I want you to check in with whether or not these weights you have in your hands are gonna be heavy enough for some bicep work. So if you have a heavier set nearby that you're gonna wanna grab, go ahead and get ready to grab them and come right back where you are. Let's send this out halfway right here and hold. So just halfway out, right? You've got a little bit of tension in the outer thighs, not a crazy amount. Now from here, we're going hammer curls, palms face in. We're gonna go 4 curls to the lower half. So we're gonna curl halfway up, back down. You've got that 4 times. And then you're gonna do 4 curls to the upper half. So from 90 degrees all the way up, 4 times. And then you're gonna go full range, full time. So all the way down, all the way up, 4. So I want a little bit of engagement through the legs. The legs aren't relaxed here. Maybe a soft bend in the knees. You're sealing down the outer edges of the feet. You're really standing with some purpose here. Keep going with the curls for me, Josiah. So you're going hammer curls. We've got 4 to the lower half, right? 4 to the upper half, and then 4 full range. And if it gets a little bit confusing, right, you can mix these up in any variation you choose. Most important thing is we're doing hammer curls, but I do want you to get just a little bit of variety, working the lower half of that curl, the upper half of that curl, and then full range. Now check in. If the weights aren't heavy enough, I want you to maybe pick up the tempo and really flex your arms, or pick up some heavier weights if you have access to them, right? I want this to burn out your biceps. Great job. All right. We're gonna go 15 seconds. We will be setting down 1 weight. We're gonna stay here for a squat clean. We're gonna keep the weight in our right arm to start. In 5, 4, 3, 2, set down one of your weights for me, Josiah, and keep 1 weight in your right hand. We're gonna go ahead and sit all the way down and back into a squat, and then we're gonna slowly clean that weight up, and then we're gonna push it all the way up overhead. Good. So this is a little squat with a clean and press. Beautiful. So a little bit different motion than we're probably used to in our squats. And we're not doing this like fast, like a traditional Olympic lift. Think about sitting your glutes way down and back, super strong through the core as you sit down. We're hitting that little bit of a clean, and then it's like a little, almost like a spring load and press up. Really nice job. We're gonna hit 25 seconds, and then we're just gonna switch which arm is working. Now try to keep your carriage steady, right? Try to keep some of that Microformer logo exposed. So we're still getting the spring tension, really targeting the outer line of our glutes here. Right, we're getting that traditional Microformer work for our legs, but now we're layering in a little bit more core, a little bit more upper body, making things more effective. In 3, switch out your arms. In 2, and 1. So the weight comes into the left hand, same exact movement, right? Sit down and back, find your depth in your squat, load it up, and hit that overhead press. Good. Josiah's extending one arm out for a little bit of counterbalance, and that's also gonna get your shoulder to fire up on the other side as well, which is kind of like a nice little extra bonus. Good. Check in with your form, right? If you're using a mirror, right, make sure we're not seeing any swaying in the lower back. We don't be rounding through the upper back. You'll notice Josiah's chest stays very lifted the entire time. So if you had a mirror in front of you, you should be able to see your face the whole time you're here, right? And this is a ton for your core. So notice how much your core is working as you do this motion. We've got just about 16 seconds to go. We're gonna keep this weight and pick up the other weight if you like. We've got some bridge lifts in a turnout position. So both feet will step in front of the front platform, head, neck, and shoulders to the carriage. We'll get into our bridge. Weights will rest on your hips in 3, 2, and 1. So 1 or 2 weights. Again, we're gonna lower down into that bridge position so head, neck, and shoulders are resting on your carriage, and you're gonna walk your feet out into a wide turnout. So feet as wide as they'll go. If you want to use the weights, they're just going to rest on your hip creases. Knees and toes turn out wide, and we're going to lower the hips down, drive through the heels, squeeze, lift the glutes up. Okay, so a little extra weight to get your glutes. Now, if you feel like the weights are too much, just stitch them, right? And if you prefer to add in a little bit more upper body, you could just float the weights over your chest and hold them there the whole time, or you could layer in a little bit of a chest press. Okay, so I'm giving you loads of options. In 4, let's hold our bridge. In 3, 2, lift up, hold. Now I want you to just focus on giving me a little flare of the knees wide, little flares of the knees. And I want this flare to come from the outer corners of your glutes, right? So we're really turning out from the hip. It's not just the knee that's moving, we're rotating that whole hip out a little bit, squeezing the corners of your booty. You should feel this right away. Hold the flare of the knees out. Now give me little tucks, little pulses of the hips up, little squeeze of the glutes, drive into your heels, little tucks, little tucks, little tucks. Keep going. You're here for 4, for 3, 2, hold. See if you can flare the knees out, hold. Now let's go full range, back to those bridge lifts, 30 seconds to go here. Listen, this next transition is gonna get us to our last leg move, and I need you to hustle and make it super effective. We will be going 1 white spring. It's front lunge with the left foot forward, and we're gonna have that row to tricep kickback that we did before. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5. Hustle in that transition. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully lower it down, carefully bring yourself up. Reach back, you'll go 1 white spring. We're gonna go left foot forward, right toes tuck onto the carriage. We're gonna lower down into our front lunge. Pause at the bottom, big hinge forward from the hips, strong core. Row the elbows up, extend the arms back, bend, lengthen, drive through the left heel as slow as you can, lift to the top. Okay, so not a ton of single leg work, which means this front lunge is so important today. Go slow. Check in with the alignment of your body. Shoulders and hips are squared forward, right? Your abs are corseting in around you, like someone's squeezing and hugging you around your midsection, right? The whole time. And we want a big hinge forward from the hips, because the more we hinge as we lower into this lunge, the more we're loading work into our left glute, and the better angle we're gonna get to hit our back muscles, right? Because when you hinge forward more, you're getting into gravity, right? Making those muscles work from that angle. Same with the triceps. Nice job. We're gonna go 15 seconds. We've got that hold coming at ya. Focus in, back line of the left leg. We're almost home with our leg series. You have just a couple moves left in class. In 4, down hold. In 3, 2, hold it down. We're just gonna row, tricep kickback. Little row, little kickback, good. If either of those moves isn't working for you, stick with one or the other. Great job. You've got 10 seconds like this. We have all out carriage kicks to finish out our left leg. Keep sitting down and back into the left glute. Can you get your left thigh parallel to the floor? I'm proud of you. Hands to heart center in 3, 2, hands to heart center. Right knee is gonna slide in. Slowly send the right leg out. How slow can you go in this carriage kick? Left leg is frozen, it does not move. You have 10 seconds. We're gonna have a seat on top of our carriage. You have a side saddle rope climb. Option to hang on to those weights in 3, 2, and 1. So have a seat on top of the carriage for me, Josiah. We're gonna find a side saddle position. Weights can stay in hand. Hinge back till you feel the abs catch. We're gonna reach up and across, up and across. right? So if the weights are just not working, set them down and we'll just rope climb, right? Reach up and across the body. So again, kissing through the waistline, targeting your entire core, and just adding a little extra punch of intensity using your weights, right? Now, if you are one of my peeps who just needs an extra challenge, you're gonna hinge back even more. Maybe you're gonna pick up one or both feet, right? You can always float this out or keep both legs lifted. Nice job, Josiah. We're gonna go 15 more seconds in this one. We're on to our finisher. So we have a pike into bear to finish out class. You're getting into plank in 5. Hands to the front platform in 4, 3, 2. Say goodbye to your weights. Kiss them goodbye. Meet me in a plank. Hands to your front platform, toes to your carriage. Your strongest plank here. From here, we're gonna slowly pike the hips up. At the top of your pike, bend through the knees, lower down, slide back into plank. So this is a pike into a bear, slide out into your plank. Beautiful job, Josiah. This is the final move of class. Now listen, if you need to drop to your knees, you're gonna give me wheelbarrow for maybe 10 seconds at a time, 15 seconds at a time, until you feel like you can get back into this move. I need you to go as slowly as you possibly can. This is your final 30 seconds in your workout. Final 30 seconds of class. I need you to take a deep breath, focus in deep, squeeze your abs in, navel to your spine, move from that squeeze in your core. Let's go. 15 seconds to finish this out. This is how you finish, how you want to feel. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. You are done. Sit your hips to your heels, forehead down to the machine, or maybe you're on the mat beside your machine. Lower your forehead down, stretch the arms forward, sink your hips towards your heels. Take a full body, deep breath in, and a full body breath out. Let's walk both hands over to the right, maybe placing left palm over right. A little bit of a side body stretch. Big breath in. Full exhale here. Walk your hands through center and just over to the left. So right palm over left, finding some length in between the ribs on the side body. Breathe in. Breath out just to let it go. We'll walk the hands back through center and just make your way up to a comfortable seat. So any additional stretches that you need, right? Make sure you're taking those, make sure you're cooling down your body, but you're gonna take 2 more deep breaths with us to seal in all of that hard work. Inhale, circle sweep, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Great job. Thank you all so much for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Say something really nice to yourself right now. Say something really nice to someone you see today. And we will see you back real soon.